this computer. All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this video. My name is Vadim, and I have John here. And we're going to make some cool dependency upgrades in the web console and record the experience. Specifically, I'm going to share my screen. So we are upgrading Blueprint today. Blueprint is a UI library made by Palantir that is the power, like it renders like all of the stuff on the console, these buttons, these icons, the header bar, like everything is a Blueprint component. And Blueprint 4.0 was just released a week ago or so. And it's been a long time coming, and we're very excited to upgrade to it. Wanted to record this video because maybe like this was, this is kind of powering all the UI views. So it might be cool for if somebody has like a fork of the console or anything like that to kind of see what this upgrade process was like. Also, as a huge shout out and thank you to the Blueprint team that just delivers a really awesome library. I really enjoy using it. And we kind of test out, it's like an unboxing. We'll test out how easy this migration guide is. Now, this guide actually looks pretty simple. So this video is probably going to be not very exciting. Famous last words. And yeah, I guess just before diving into it, I wanted to share a fun story, which is, you might think that like Blueprint, this is the first time the console is actually migrating Blueprint versions. It's not actually true because before we had Blueprint 4.0, the web console was originally written with Blueprint 3, which it still is written with. But at one point, we actually migrated Blueprint back to version 1 and then up to version 3 again. And if you're wondering why, there's a fun story here, Apache Druid pull request 7398, if you want to check it out. But like in short, when I first picked up Blueprint for the web console, just because it had a sweet dark mode, had all the features I wanted, and I was like, man, we just can really get me going from zero to having something in like no time. And then it turns out that the license that Blueprint used was like an Apache license with like an addendum at the end. And I didn't see the addendum. I like opened the license as a respectable person to understand like that it's compatible with an Apache project. And I saw the Apache 2 header. I was like, cool. Started using it. And it was like, it was a kind of a bait and switch. When we discovered that there was an extra addendum in the license, we swiftly migrated Blueprint back to version 1.01, which was the last release of Blueprint with a standard vanilla license. And the way this was done was by adding like a shim layer, kind of implementing all of the Blueprint 3 APIs with Blueprint 1. It was pretty crazy. This is a hilarious pull request if you want to look through it. And then at the same time, we were talking to Apache Legal to see if maybe we can use that license. And we also reached out to the Blueprint team, who I think were kind enough to push back on the legal people at Palantir and finally switched to a standard Apache 2.0 license, which meant we could just dump all of this work and just go back to using Apache, Blueprint 3 with Apache license. So that was a roller coaster of emotion that unfolded in these pull requests here. So if you want some fun thing, you can go check it out. But now this is the first time where we're migrating to a new Blueprint, not for a weird license issue, but just because we want the latest and greatest stuff. So let's see how it goes. And now, John, we've been talking about making this video for a while. I'm pretty excited. What do you think?
I'm excited. Yeah, I think I suggested we should do this as well. When you suggested we should do it, I thought we were going to do it like that day, but then it turns out the uh, version 4.0 took a few months. But I've been ready for those months to do this.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
I've
share my
I've I've,
screen.
I've been amped. I didn't want to migrate. Like we always said, we're gonna migrate it. We're gonna do this video as soon as Blueprint 4 comes out. It's gonna be like an unboxing. Did not
Yeah,
try to migrate to the alpha or the beta beforehand. Just went straight into the official release. So let's do it.
let's do it. I'm looking at the change log right now. This is how I approach every major dependency upgrade. And luckily, the Blueprint team at Palantir was thoughtful enough to put a lot of detail into their changelog, like just to give us an overview of what we can expect to change. And the thing that stands out to me is the CSS namespace changed from BP3 to BP4. I know we've got um, a lot of CSS selectors that are currently targeting BP3 components. So um, it'll take a little bit of work to switch this over, but we might do it in a different way that will avoid churn on this when Blueprint 5 comes out. Um, and then looking through the rest of the changelog here, I mean, there's a lot of design changes that won't necessarily affect us from
I think we just inherit them, but
yeah, we should inherit them. The only thing I would want to check is whether like the style changes, if we have overrides for anything, if it, looks funny or something like that.
yeah, the first point in the change log is they're doing like slightly different grays and upgrading the color palette. We actually override it in the console. The Blueprint uses SCSS and it marks everything with bang default for all the color palettes, which is great, all the variables. So we actually exploit that and we like override, we like supply our own defaults. So we'll see if that even affects us. But I'm excited to actually, after we migrated, to see if we can actually hunt for any of these changes in the actual console that will hopefully will run.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, so I guess the other thing we'll need to be aware of is whether we're using any of these deprecated APIs. Hopefully, we would find out like at the TypeScript compilation stage rather than the runtime stage. Um,
Thank God for TypeScript.
and yes, thank you, TypeScript. I know you did some work a little while ago to switch things over at the time that some of these things were deprecated. So I don't expect there will be much to do here, but we'll
Yeah,
we'll find out as we go.
yeah, the Blueprint team did like all the developers are solid. So like they marked everything as deprecated. And one of the reasons I chose this project originally was because it was written in TypeScript. And I was like, I was like, my people, I love TypeScript. So yeah, like it was marked as deprecated and some things showed up as deprecated in like the IDE. And they were like migrated like just kind of naturally over time, which probably will make this migration here a little bit less dramatic than it could be, because we kept really up to date with the 3x branch. But yeah,
That's great.
no better way to figure it out than just to like dive into it, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Um, so I've got a version of the web console running. This is the version that is bundled with Apache Druid with the 0.22.1 version that I'm running. So we can refer back to this to see, how does it compare? Uh, did we miss anything? You know, that kind of stuff. So this will be our reference window, and um, and then I'll have the local development version running in this tab. And then, of course, documentation in case we need it. But I think the first thing we should do, um, so we mentioned the namespace change. The BP4 or BP3 to BP4. So, you know, if we assume that the future will follow the past, when they release Blueprint 5, I would imagine there's a good chance that would change to BP5.
Yeah,
So
we've spotted their pattern.
yeah, it was hard to figure out, but what I'm wondering is if we should try to switch over to their variable that they export. Let me see if I can find that again. That would be in common variables. The Blueprint team exports this BPNS variable that we can use in our selectors.
Yeah.
Rather than hard coding it to BP3. So I'm thinking maybe the first thing we do is just do a global find and replace and use this right away.
Oh, I
before
see. We could even
before
do
we
this
even do
with
an upgrade.
the Blueprint 3, because then logically when we switch to it, everything will just like work maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's do it. We should have done it like this from the start. That was just laziness that we didn't. I think the laziness happens because sometimes I'm like, oh man, we need to style this component, copy the class name, paste it into the CSS, and you obviously copy it as the final rendered class name. But that's a great idea.
That's how it happens.
I was originally thinking, let's just upgrade it and just see like how much stuff breaks. But I actually like your idea more because this actually has a chance of mostly working.
Yeah, it's something that just came to me, and I'm really curious if it's going to work. So let's just do this. I'm going to probably source CSS. No, there's no way that's only.
Wait, what was the search thing? I think you need slash.
Oh, thank you.
Slash star there. There we go. That's more accurate.
That's way more accurate. Okay. So I'm going to be extra careful and do dot BP3. And what we want to replace this with, let's just look through these. Nothing looks.
Yeah, they all look legit.
Looks all pretty legit, but we'll find out.
I mean, I think if we mess up this replace, then none of the CSS, none of the SCSS will compile, which is perfect.
True. And that reminds me, I should get the npm start going. All right. So what do we want to replace this with? I think if I am remembering, whoa, console opened up in another browser. Okay.
I think the blueprint file itself is a great example because they use the NS everywhere. They like follow their own rule. So it's like it's a hash, right?
Yeah, I think it's the hash, and I think $BP-NS. I believe that's what it should be. Let's take a look at this one more time.
By the way, this I'm just gonna I foresee that this single search and replace will cause a lot of problems of the form, like this file doesn't import variables. Because you have to import variables explicitly, and they're not imported by like every single file.
Good point.
Which
okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But you got the thing right. So let's do the replace. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's prep work.
Let's do that. 83 occurrences.
In 36 files. That's cool because we'll be able to use Git to see which files changed and then.
Exactly. Let's do it.
Did it do it?
Okay, I think it's done. Now it's compiling. Let me.
It's gonna. I bet you it's gonna throw SCSS errors. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. This is good. Undefined variable. Okay, we've got 34 errors.
Nice.
We would have had to do this anyway.
Yep.
Let's open the console up. For now, it's going to look
Well,
all kinds of broken.
It's not going to load until we fix those errors. I think that's how the Webpack is configured.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just going to point out the errors to you in the Webpack. Thanks, Webpack.
Okay, so this one should be okay. Blueprint. Does common variables
No,
import?
these are the overrides. Search for variables. Like there's a variables import in some of the SCSS files that should be fine. Yeah.
No, this is
No.
this is in node modules.
Oh.
Blueprint overrides, common variables, blueprint overrides.
No, it's all the dot. It's all these relative ones. Like so.
I see.
You see, this is importing variables. Like
yeah.
So we need like this import, but like with varying number of dots.
I see. Okay. So this variables is importing this file, which imports blueprint overrides common variables, and that, oh, look at this. This is in the overrides file.
This is because, okay. Oh man. Okay, hold on. So what we're doing here is we copied the entire variables file and we are just like overriding all of it. Not everything was changed though. So we're technically hard coding. Here's a question, all right? Just bear with me here. For simplicity's sake, why do we care about the version of Blueprint? Like at the CSS level, why not just like change this NS to BP and change everything to BP and then we're future proof? I mean, technically we're future proof, right? I think we could just upgrade right now. We can undo all those changes you just made. Upgrade to the latest Blueprint, and we'll still have BP3 everywhere because we're hard coding it here. Hilariously.
Okay, let's get restore dot. Okay, goodbye, all of those changes. So we want to go, you want to just remove the version. Is that what you're saying? Remove the version number from this variable?
Well, we could do that later as well. I mean, right now, I mean, that is what I'm saying. Maybe we called it just BP for Blueprint, but like, what if we just upgrade to Blueprint4 because we're already hard coding this variable? Maybe stuff will just work. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
Even though everything will be using Blueprint4, it will still be called Blueprint3 because we're hard coding it here. But I mean, that's not, I'm just curious if that will work.
Right, because because this is overriding the variable that would be set by Blueprint's variables file.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sure, let's do that. Okay, well, that was an interesting idea that we're not going to do right now. So what should we do? Let's open up the package file. This is how I upgrade dependencies because I don't trust NPM sometimes. I want to do this, Blueprint core.
Oh, I use NCU, NPM check update.
Oh, yes.
You are more sophisticated because this is easier if you just want to update several specific things.
Hop over to is a 1.0 level product now. That's great. I think that's it for Blueprint in the dependencies file. So let's enact those changes.
oh, it's going to install all these new cool things. We're going to have to run the library checker. There's a script in the console because Druid is an Apache project that will like go through and like update all of the library. I mean, all of the production libraries, like in the official like Apache library file that explicitly publishes what we use. It will just update the versions. It's gonna have some diff there. It's gonna be cool.
Added 48 packages, removed 6. That's interesting.
Well,
I'm just curious, why did so many dependencies get added?
you know, every version more dependencies. Look, npm doesn't become the node modules doesn't become the heaviest object in the universe through lack of hard work. It takes everybody's effort, right?
Everything depends on everything. I agree. Okay. So the license script, that's from...
Let's do it later. Let's do npm start
Okay.
now. See how much we broke.
Okay.
I think
5 errors.
I never trust it when I do big updates like this. Do you want to turn it off and turn it on again?
You read my mind.
Call me crazy, but whenever I like do categorical updates in the code where like it's like updating a library version or like doing a search replace across 5 different things, I'm like, sometimes I find it gets in a weird state. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It's something we should debug. But it works flawlessly if you're just changing one file. Like, never had an issue with that.
Okay, it should
pull up the console on the browser somewhere.
Okay, it's finished. Only 2 errors. That's pretty good. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
File to import not found or unreadable. Blueprint.js core source common colors. So the question is, did that move?
From load data view form editor. What is load data view form editor? Wait, what is load data form editor and why is it importing? Can you go to that file? This is really bizarre. It shouldn't be importing colors directly. I think this is like a bug. Like it's like we have like a set of imports that are specifically for. I mean, this should be enough. I think that's just a typo.
Okay. Compiling. I would expect 1 error.
Well, what's the other error that reported before?
It's the same one, but in a different view, load data view.
Well, yeah, delete that line as well.
Let's delete that. Hey.
Oh, so as long as we don't have typos in your code, it just compiles. Nice.
What does it look like? Ooh,
nice.
Let's see. Oh, hold on. Let me do.
This is what I was hoping for, to just get like a nice view that's just like
completely broken.
Yes, totally broken.
Now, but I just need to verify: is this broken? Let's look at the old version.
Some of the pixels are off. You see, if you focus on the segments tab in the header bar, you can see it moves a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So this is what I was wondering about.
Oh,
BP4. So we've got a mix of BP4s and BP3s. So
how comes?
Yeah.
Is it interesting? But
now that might be like it might be an import order thing.
Might be. By the way, we don't have a mix of BP3s. The one BP3 you saw was like the BP3 dark, I like that's coming from not from Blueprint. It's just
That's
that's
what I
how.
mean. What I meant,
No, we
yeah,
only
what I
have
meant,
BP4s. Like Blueprint isn't listening to that namespace override.
right. I was thinking though for local overrides or like anywhere that you're using, in the 36 files that we like all of these will be BP3,
Right, right,
but
right, right. But why is it not picking up that override? Right. That was the
yeah, and
theory.
that's where I'm thinking maybe it's an import
Import
order
order. Yeah, could
thing.
be. Well, can we look at the import order? So in entry, um, so I think we take overrides first,
Yes,
and
we do.
overrides like calls variables, and on variables is the one that defines that variable, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Let's look at Blueprint. Open up their variables file to see if anything changed. So, okay, they're defining it as BP4. That should be okay. So we import common colors, which doesn't have any imports. Then we import color aliases, which also doesn't have any imports. Then variables, which is this, no imports. And then
We actually start importing the overrides for all the individual
exactly.
components that we do some overriding for.
Yes, and it looks like most of those are also, they don't have any imports, just defining things. Bar, yeah. So this is Blueprint. Okay, so these overrides seem to be fine. And we import these first, and then Blueprint.js core source blueprint, which is source blueprint, this one.
Which then imports variables from common.
Yeah, so why would Sass not override that variable?
Mystery. Is it? It wouldn't. It
Is
wouldn't
that
be.
how it works in Sass? Like you don't have to
Yeah,
export?
that's what the default does. It basically says if you already have like NS defined, then don't assign anything to it. It's basically saying, oh, set it to BP4 unless it's already defined.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I guess we could either investigate this or just say screw it and migrate to using their namespace variable.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
All right.
So let's go back to here, do this again. And
all right. And then maybe we also remove our override that doesn't
yeah,
seem to be picked up, but just remove it so it's not confusing.
right. Where was our override?
It was in our variables. So
Yes, common
yeah.
variables. Do this for now. And now we get to fix a bunch of these imports. So let's see if, oh, this one is importing variables.
But it's importing variables. Wait,
Sorry. That's this file, which imports Blueprint overrides common variables.
oh, but it's not importing any like Blueprint variable. I think we might need to import like Blueprint variables as well. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Core. What is it? Core source common. Something like that. Although that should probably get imported first.
No, because we want to override stuff first, right?
Oh, yeah, right. 23 errors. Okay, that's a smaller number. Okay, this is what I was expecting now. So we need import like this. Does that file exist? It's probably like that. Yeah. Okay, let's close others. This might take a little bit of time. Explain dialog 1, 2. No, I was right the first time. Okay.
All right.
Be a little bit tedious.
I think all of the dialogues probably will need it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you can just copy that line and open src dialogues, and just go. Oh,
Yep.
man, I wish it kind of like could highlight. Yeah, because all of the dialogues they all like try to do like BPNS dialogue. And Druid Doctor. Nice. They're all at the same level as well.
Yeah.
I think you missed lookup table action dialog.
I'm just going by.
Oh yeah.
The yellow indicates where there was a
the yellow
replacement.
indicates changed.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Now it's cool to see VS Code running this, because I personally use WebStorm for developing the console. Sort of never really switched to VS Code, but I know that you actually wrote instructions for how to do both, like how to like set up the development environment for VS Code or WebStorm. So if anybody's like,
right,
feels like we jumped a little bit ahead here in that regard, definitely check out the README for the console. All right.
Okay.
Close out.
Still 21 errors.
I don't believe it.
I also don't believe it. Did I do the wrong? Oh no.
Oh my God. They're all.
Oh no.
Oh geez. All right.
All right.
Hold on. Just do a search. You want to just do a search and replace for triple dot, like.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Dialogues, I think is plural.
Dialogues. And then we want this.
Nice. Compiling.
Oh, 7
nice.
errors.
Progress.
I don't know what level of the path we're at. This must be. Okay, this looks good.
6 errors.
We're in components. I'm guessing this is also good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything in
Probably just
components.
do this.
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
copy paste the same thing. Everything in components will also be the same. Nice. Oh, this
Got
one's
it.
already done.
One's done. This
All
one's
right.
done.
Save it. Save it.
Save
Save it.
them
Save it.
all at the same time. One error
One error left.
remains.
Oh, the custom pagination. No, I think, yeah, you need only
Only one level.
one level.
Yeah.
And I think we actually don't need these imports that are currently present there, because I think the variables one takes care of it, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm not sure why that one was like importing those things specifically. Again, probably like not a typo, but just a relic of the past.
Hey, look at this. Compiled successfully. I
Ah,
wonder what's going to happen if I switch to Chrome.
that's the.
Whoa.
Oh, it's come out of dark mode. It's come out of dark mode because, okay, I know exactly where to go. Go back to the development thing.
Okay.
Go to the only HTML file in the whole project. It's at the top level. There's unified console.html. And
Oh, yeah, BP.
there's a BP3 on line 55. This one we can't tie to the variables. This one has to be like manually updated. Every Blueprint release, we're gonna have to manually update this bad boy.
That makes sense. Hey,
Oof.
that's looking pretty good.
It looks good. It looks correct.
Now, I don't know if this is showing up on your screen or on the video. If I switch between these two tabs, the background of the new version is like a kind of a dark gray, whereas in the old version, it's got kind of like a purple mauve. I don't know. I'm bad with naming colors, but it has some color.
No, I was wondering if it was a video artifact or like a color thing, but it definitely does look different.
Background 24283B versus well, it's a different color. 252A31.
Oh, I guess BP4 dark like assigns a color to the body, and we were like kind of relying on it, I guess.
Yeah. So
Um,
is that in body.bp4 dark? That's, I just want to make sure that that is in. Yeah, so that's in Blueprint land, not in the web console.
yeah.
B3.scss. Light gray 4. Okay, hold on.
So the grays change, and can you look in our overrides and see if we like override light gray 4?
It's exactly what I was doing. Light gray 4. Oh, but dark mode.
No,
Light.
it's not light gray 4. Look again. It's probably dark gray 4 or something like that. Because scroll just a little bit down. Yeah, it's dark gray 2.
Dark gray 2. Thank you. That was a dark gray 2. We are overriding. So I think maybe there's like an import order thing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're not picking up our overrides, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I think if my theory is if we move this, no, That was a bad idea. What did that do?
Oh, it's sad now because
Okay, so why is it not picking up the overrides? Blueprint.js source common variables. So this is importing for source common variables. So this is importing
color
color
alias.
aliases, which is right here. Which, okay, and then it's also importing mixins, which imports this new package, Blueprint.js colors lib scss colors. And here is where the 252A31 gets defined.
And it's, oh, and it's not a default, notice.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference, right? Like, it's not marked as default. It's just saying dark gray is this. It's not saying dark gray is this default.
Right. So what if we
why
did this?
No, but it doesn't matter where you put it. It's just going to override those variables, I believe. Is this like a
Well,
bug?
like what I'm thinking is right here, we're importing Blueprint overrides common colors, which contains the definitions for like the web console overrides. And then we import variables, and then we import the actual Blueprint variables, which through the dependency chain ends up importing this variables file, which imports mixins, which imports
No, but as soon
these
as
new colors.
but the colors will stomp over the old colors. That's the issue.
These colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we import the overrides last, the color overrides last, then the local overrides will stomp over these overrides.
No,
No?
I don't think it works that way, because I think like for example, like the button, like if you trace the path of where it would work like to fix the background, we would also need to override the background styles, because the background styles are going to be like, if you right now the background styles aren't like wherever those background styles are defined, they don't go through like our chain of imports.
I understand.
I think so. Let me I'm looking on my computer. Oh, this is the wrong repo, which is why I can't find it. I want to see if this changed, if like they used to be. Also, can you look if Blueprint4 NS has the default tag on it, or if they removed
Sure.
it, because maybe that's why that override didn't work. Oh, that still has it.
Default.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna go Blueprint.js core. Just looking at common. Yeah, hold on. Let me share my screen for a sec.
Sure.
Yeah, look, this is just like a branch with Blueprint3 on it. Like all of the color things used to have bang default on them, right? And then, oh, color aliases. And then color aliases also had bang defaults on them. And we rely on this a lot. So can you look?
Okay. Yeah. I just realized something also. Let me share these again. So the bang default, if you can see the tree view here, I'm in the Blueprint.js colors source folder. The source has bang default, but lib doesn't. And
Oh,
and they're importing from where is this file? Mixins, imports, Blueprint.js colors lib SCSS colors.
oh, but this is source, right? But it's
This is from
importing.
source, but since it appears like they extracted colors into a separate npm module, and like colors used to live in core, but now it's its own package. And then when they extracted it, I'm thinking Blueprint.js, they changed the import here, but it's pointing to lib instead of source. And so now it doesn't have the default.
I see. I see. So,
I've got an idea to work around this, but um,
so this is like a necessity of life or something that is, it's not like a bug because they shouldn't be importing from source, right? Of the colors module.
yeah, I think you could make an argument either way.
Can
But
we
we can replace this with a Webpack alias and point it to source.
I was just thinking, okay, I was thinking something more drastic. I was thinking of like, we fork the colors repo,
Oh,
put all like the colors module, and then like make like basically like Druid web console colors, and then replace that with that. But yours is more sane.
mine is easier. It's something we can do in the context of a video. So, okay. Where is the resolve section? Alias. So we want Blueprint.js colors lib SCSS colors dot SCSS. Is that what? No, it's underscore colors. No, it's not underscore. It's this. We want this pointing to source.
This is all you, by the way. I have no idea how these aliases work.
Yeah, I don't have full confidence that what I just did will work the first try. These aliases are a little bit finicky sometimes, but let's see what happens. I can never remember if it needs to be like if the replacement needs to be an absolute path or if it can be like an npm style. Oh, okay, it didn't give any, like there's no import errors, so it obviously was able to resolve this to something.
Or it ignored the whole thing completely.
Or it ignored the whole thing because I made a typo.
Yeah.
Who knows? It looks like it maybe ignored the whole thing. Let's try and open up colors.scss.
Yeah, it's pointing to lib.
Yeah, okay.
But
So that didn't
wait,
work.
there's like a tilde there, right? There's a,
Yeah, there is a tilde.
do you think maybe it wants the tilde? Maybe it's just doing a string
Yeah.
match.
Tildes are a fact of life for SCSS, actually just any CSS imports
Yeah.
that are importing from node modules because of
Some people think tildes are even part of the ASCII table.
it's right there next to the one. Yeah, traditionally an import like this would always resolve to a relative path because CSS imports don't behave the same way as JavaScript imports. So Webpack added this tilde to say, no, trust me, this is an NPM import.
Yeah. Thanks, Webpack.
This didn't work either.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. Did I even use the right configuration key? Resolve.alias. So I used the right keys, but you know what I'm going to do? Do we have?
Why do you have a dollar at the end?
Good question. That was to indicate don't match anything after this, but is really not necessary. Oh, hold on. The import actually looks like this. Blueprint.js colors lib SCSS colors. Where is that? It's in mixins, right? Blueprint.js. Yeah, we need this literal string.
Copy it from here.
Yes. Okay. And we want it to import that.
Maybe without the SCSS, or do you think we need this?
Sure. I mean,
I don't know how this thing works, but I'm hoping that it's just like literally it's like, oh, an import. Okay, like maybe I do an alias substitution. That's how I would implement it.
yeah. To be honest, Sass imports have always confused me with the underscores, and like the underscores are optional and all that kind of stuff that I don't have the rules of it like concrete in my mind. So let's try this. Hopefully now that we're using the correct literal string that is being imported, it's not trying to match this based on path because it's a node module level import. We could force it to go by path, but it's the last resort. Okay, did it work? I suspect it did not.
And
okay.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I want to try one more without the tilde.
Every permutation. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I'm guessing at some point it will be like, should complain at you to say, hey, like I guess like if if you map it to blah, 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 just like some random garbage string, then if it matches, it should at least say like, can't find blah, 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 right?
Yeah, if the left side matches.
Yeah, if the left side matches.
So that's something to try next. Another thing we can do is actually get like an absolute path. Try and match it that way. Oh,
wait,
did that work?
That looks good.
Hey, there we go.
Hallelujah. There's my default. There's my default. I love defaults.
We found the magic Webpack
Wow.
incantation. So for future reference,
Jesus.
if you're trying to alias an SCSS import,
With the
you have
tilde.
to use,
You
yeah, you have
remove
to
the
use the
tilde,
literal, yeah,
but use the rest of the string as is.
yeah, exactly. Oh
Nice.
man.
Wow.
Okay,
Wait, okay,
perfect.
can you like quickly check if there's any other like these sneaky lib imports just so we're aware? Just like look at their like just like I'm gonna be honest. Um, I didn't even notice it. I think src and lib have the same number of letters, so I was just like, they're probably the same string.
So at least load it into Chrome. I'm seeing icons importing from the lib folder.
Oh,
I don't
guess
think you're
I don't think
overriding
we
any
care about
icons.
icons. No, we don't do anything with
So,
icons.
I mean, that looks like it to me.
All right. Okay.
So,
I think it would be good to add a comment to that Webpack declaration, because I could
yes.
imagine somebody like being like, I don't see what the difference is, and then like opening it and being like colorblind because like the colors are particular.
Yes.
So
Okay.
this is like maybe like have a link to the file where this is like overriding an issue.
Sure. Like a URL to.
Yeah, like a not a URL, like just locally, like
Okay.
node modules slash blueprint slash like I don't know, just open that file, copy the path,
Yeah.
and
Got
paste
it.
it here and say like this thing imports lib, but we want the src because of the default. It's like Blueprint people, if you're watching this, you tried to screw with us, but we found a way around this. You can't hide your code by having things called src and things called lib and expect us not to notice, because at least one of us, and in this case it's John, can read. Nice.
I don't know if what I just typed makes grammatical sense, but we can fix it later. Um, so
Okay, so um, can we try to actually use the like? I mean, it looks maybe we're done for all you know.
yeah, this might be done.
I mean, I don't know. Can you like click on all the tabs? Can you
Yeah,
click?
load data. What does that look like?
No, it doesn't look right at all. Oh, that does look right. Sorry. Okay.
I think it was just loading
Yeah.
something. So load data, load
Yeah.
data. Oh,
Load the example. Oh,
did you notice that?
yeah. There's a slight change in padding. I mean,
Yeah.
by the way, this is fine. We don't need to like adjust. Like we're not like we want Blueprint 4, but we want it to look exactly like Blueprint 3. That's fine. That's like some padding changes. That's cool.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
ingest some example data?
yeah. Go for it. Just ingest the example Wikipedia. Just load example. Click next, and we're gonna go through this whole flow. Yeah, next. Everything looks fine. Next. Next. Submit. All right. It's running.
All right, now we're on
And then this
ingestion
view
tab.
looks,
We
the
should see.
ingestion tab looks fine.
Data
Data
sources will be
sources.
empty at this point. Oh, the switch color is different on here.
Oh, show me. Oh,
Does
it's
it
like a
show on
little
you?
bit brighter in the new one. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. That's a good change. Well done, guys.
yeah.
Okay.
We won't see anything in segments yet, but
Okay, hold on. In the blue, can you go to the docs for a sec? The blueprint. Scroll down a little bit here. I think I know where we can find this yellow button, the warning button.
oh, okay.
Can you go through the ingestion flow again in the
Sure.
new console? Start new spec, example data, Wikipedia is fine. And go all the way to partitioning. Like
Okay.
click next until you get to partition. And now select select single dim partitioning here from partitioning type.
Okay.
Oh, select range actually. And and then click on like partition dimensions and then select like channel and delete is robot. Aha, there it is with the black
Nice.
text. It's actually nice. It was
Yeah.
a bit of a usability issue before. So good job, guys. Good job.
I want to see what it
Blueprint
looked
team.
like before.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Partition. Oh, single dim.
Yeah, it's because just select channel here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the whole dialogue is like a little bit differently colored.
Yeah, it is. This is like closer to a brown, I would say, and
Yeah.
well, maybe they're both. It might just be an opacity change, something like that. Yeah, no, I like this. I think it looks good.
It's very nice.
How's our ingestion? Oh, it failed.
Why?
Task execution process exited unsuccessfully. Oh, I wonder if it's because when I ran Druid, I ran it with Java 16 again.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There should
Yeah,
be,
there we go.
yeah, there should be a version
SDK.
check that prevents you from doing that.
I think I've run into this
I bet
issue.
you disabled that.
No, actually, I think this is a Druid bug that I've run into before. There's a Druid Java home, which I set correctly, but when you do an ingestion, there's a spot where it doesn't respect that variable. It will use the system Java home instead of Druid Java home. So,
Oh, let's open GitHub issue.
yeah, anyway, that's unrelated.
All right.
So once this starts up again, we can continue checking. But for the most part, this is looking pretty solid to me. There weren't any TypeScript errors, which means we weren't using any
Yeah, we weren't
deprecated
using any of the
functionality.
deprecated stuff, which again, because they deprecated it in good time.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And only one thing that required a sort of like a think outside the box workaround.
Yes. Luckily, I've been thinking in that particular box for
a while.
Blueprint related specifically. Are we running yet? Yeah, we're running. So I guess I could retry my
No, you can't retry
ingestion
it
job
from here.
again.
But you could, if you go to, oh, actually, if you go to that ingestion job, if you go to the ingestion tab and you click on the actions wrench, open in data loader, then
and just submit it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not an expert Druid or web console user, as you can tell.
Well, you're an expert Webpack user.
So yeah, I'm not sure if there's really anything more to do.
I think we're done. I think
that was
this is success. So I think the next step would just be to open a sweet pull request, and it looks like the changes are very, very nice.
Yeah. I don't expect much would be different on this tab.
No. No, it works, especially if we got the colors all right. We're good.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, and hope everybody who joined us for the video all the way here enjoyed this process.
There's a TLDR at the end of this, a one-line Webpack change that will get it working if you're doing a similar change in a forked version of the web console. I'm sure we can post that in a text form.
Maybe include that as a notable thing in the PR.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.